Yo, what's up, everyone? I figured I'd do another little quickie episode. I like these. I like the laziness in me. Loves the quickie. Oh, the laziness in me. I'm emphatic with the quickie episodes. I love this. I'm gonna keep doing them. I thought for a second I was gonna do just once a month, and still on the table. But I love these little quick niblets, little nibblers. Let's see. Let's see. The Jets lost their quarterback forever. You couldn't have drawn up. I understand. Listen, I understand week 2 happened and everything, but I didn't get a chance to talk about week 1 really in full, because the Jets game didn't happen yet, and I already had an episode out. But let me go back for Giants and Jets week 1 of the NFL season. So the Giants are marching down the field on the opening drive. Everything's swell. Everything's going swimmingly. The offense looks a little scattered, but Jones is running the ball, so it's like last year. And then they get held up, and they get pushed back a little, and they go for a field goal attempt, and then it gets blocked, and then the Cowboys pick up the ball, and they return it for a touchdown, and the Giants aren't up. They're down. But it's like, okay, well, wow, we as a Giants fan, you went from, oh, this is a great opening drive, to, oh, fuck me. And then it kept getting worse. And then it was 13-0. And then it was, I honestly forgot. It was 16-0? Maybe? 19-0? 26-0? Something like that? 30-0? 33-0? I don't even know how the scoring went. Because it was, at the end of the day, Cowboys score, Giants nothing. And it kept happening and happening and happening and happening. And I'm not even acknowledging the Cardinals game right now, because the Cowboys game just kept happening and happening and It was like that Family Guy joke where it's like pow right in the kisser, like pow right in the kisser. It just kept happening and happening. And the Giants lost. They lost. And they didn't lose 33-10. And they didn't lose like the Bengals lost to the Browns. And they didn't lose where they scored any points, because they lost 40-0. Pow, right in the kisser. And you're just watching it like, yep. That's the team I root for. Same old shit. Same old shit. Quarterback worth $40 million a year, which I'm not even like, there's so much nuance to that. Why am I acting like my eyes are closed right now? There's so much nuance though to that, to be honest. I'm not even going to get like involved with that in terms of Daniel Jones and the money and just him being the future quarterback of the Giants and blah, 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 blah. The team, you lose 40-0, by the way. Everything went wrong. The special teams was a joke. The offensive line was really bad. The running game, you kind of had to go away from it because you're down so many points. There was no essence of a passing game because the pass rush got to the quarterback. Daniel Jones was inaccurate. And the receivers really did not seem to get any separation from the D-backs. And then the defense, who honestly, if there's one bright spot in the beginning of all this havoc, the defense played somewhat well. But then they wind up giving up, because how do you not? So then the defense overall is poor, because Dak Prescott didn't even throw a touchdown pass. So that happened. And then, oh boy. Now that we're done with the New York Football Giants, let's talk about the Jets. Which, all right, again, week 1 they get a win, which is the opposite of the Giants, to be fair. But you couldn't have written a more, you gotta be fucking kidding. Aaron Rodgers, on the 4th play of the game, I don't think he completed a pass. I think he threw one ball, which was an incompletion. And then the second pass attempt was the sack where he ruptured his Achilles, or tore his Achilles, however you want to call it. I don't know if there's honestly, I don't know if there's a difference from torn Achilles and ruptured Achilles. Either way, His Achilles is not in good shape, which is so sad because he not only is he out for the season. A lot of people think like, oh, is he going to be out for the career? I think someone who has $40-50 million on the table is going to try to play the next year. Yeah, oh, he might call it quits. I don't know a person who's ever walked away from like $40-50 million. So I don't think he's going to call it quits. I think Aaron Rodgers will be playing the following season. I don't know when though, too. Because if this is like a year to 14-month thing, he might miss at the beginning next year. I don't think he would, but who knows? I don't know. He's old as fuck, so I don't know if, in terms of NFL years, I don't know that. I don't know how long this. Everyone's different too, to a degree, when it comes to this. I have no idea. Whatever. Holy, just wow. Like, what a sad, just like, wow. It's one of those things where you just like, you ever have just like a bad day. You ever be having like just not the worst day, but just a bad day. And then something else happens. Like your bagel falls off your plate while you're transitioning it from the toaster to the countertop. And you try to grab it, and then you can't while it's in midair, and it falls, and you kind of just stand there and just like, you just take a breath, you exhale. You're angry, you're angry, but you're so in a feeling of like you can't put it in, you really can't put it into words. I don't think anyone can put it into words. There are a few people that can put it into words. It is so insanely sad and unbelievable, yet that's the thing. It's like, it's believable because what happened to Aaron Rodgers week 1 with the Jets, with him on 9/11, coming out with the American flag, music playing, the lights at the stadium looked iconic, the way the lights were set up at the stadium at MetLife Field. And for him to get hurt the way he did and when he did was just, it's something that people believed could happen because it's literally the worst thing that could have happened. And it did. See, normally people don't think about the infinite things between the best thing that can happen and the worst thing that can happen. So everyone knew the worst case scenario, which is, oh, this guy's going to get hurt like week 1. He's old, da-da-da-da. And it happened. And you're just like George W. when he's told the news about the plane hitting the tower, or the plane's hitting the tower. I don't know how he was told the news. I don't know if it was between Tower 1 getting hit or both the fucking. I fucking don't remember. Yeah, it's like wow, again wow. It's like there's no stamp of, like, there's no seal it out, there's no period and done. It's just like a run-on sentence that never ends. And it's just like, fuck me. It's like fucking pi 3.14 and it keeps fucking going. But yeah. And then lo and behold, the Jets win, not because of their offense, to be fair, because of their special teams and defense. I forget the guy's name. I don't watch Hard Knocks, but apparently, like, I saw the clip after I saw him get the touchdown because everyone kept mentioning Hard Knocks, so I realized why he became like this like breakout star at Hard Knocks. Anyone listening, Hard Knocks is a TV show for the NFL where once a year they'll film a team's like off season training camp and practices and everything leading into the season. This year was the Jets, so this guy became a star, and I'm 30 now. I can say kid. This young buck became a star for Hard Knocks because he was like brought in, and I guess he was like a guy who, all right, there's a chance he's probably not going to make the team, but hey, if he breaks out, then he will make the team, and he did, and he made the team. And there's a clip of him being told by the coach, and I would assume the GM. I didn't know who was next to the coach, Coach Sala. I think it was the GM. It has to be, right? Maybe the offensive coach. I don't know. But they were telling him, hey, you made the team. And he was like so like innocent and happy. And that's why he became such a fan favorite. And lo and behold, he gets the game-winning touchdown in overtime in a 9-11 game where Aaron Rodgers is done for the season. Like, it was just like such a fucking, like, you gotta be like, that couldn't be written any better. you talk about the very worst, and then you talk about the very best. And then the defense was insane. Number 3, I don't know his name. The fact that he had 3 interceptions in week 1 is so cool. I don't think that Night Train Lane record of 14 interceptions in the season will ever be broken, but as they add more games and as they pass more balls in the league, who knows? It might. And I mean, it's just too early to say. But I for some reason I'm just thinking like 3 interceptions. That's so cool. So he had you get 3 interceptions. You get 3 interceptions for the year. It's like, all right, you might actually still be a good D-back depending on how you do tackling and coverage and pass deflections and target percentage that's thrown your way and blah, 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 or catch percentage thrown your way. But 3 interceptions in the game. That's the dude. And on his 3rd interception, he's on the sideline and the coach is like talking to him, probably like hyping him up or saying, you're doing great, but keep going. And you can see his face like, yo, I crushed it today. I am like, you can tell like that dude's dick felt like concrete. He was like, he owned New York in his mind, and he deserves to own it. And that was crazy. So the fact that the Jets pulled out that win is so cool. And it actually means a lot. It really does, because the Jets they do have a great defense. They do. I actually don't know what their special teams are like, but they do have a great defense. If their offense, the win to give these young players on offense confidence, because they had confidence, you would assume so, with Aaron Rodgers being under center. Because when in doubt, in their minds, we have not only a veteran quarterback that can help lead us, we have one of the greatest quarterbacks in this generation or possibly all time leading us. That went away. So you'd assume their level of confidence just went, a tank. There's a lot of young players up too on that team. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and then Zach Wilson now, and other players. Bekai Becton and all that. A win, the fact that they pulled out the win after all that crap, holy shit, you would like that level of confidence. It might actually go throughout the season. Who knows? Or it could be one fucking week. I don't fucking know. What? But that's crazy that happened. But also more awful New York sports news, because that's all it is. The Mets suck. That's not a fucking surprise. But the Yankees, every young player decides they're all just getting injured, and now Dominguez has a torn UCL. So awesome. 300 plus average, 1,000 plus OPS, all down the drain. He has a torn UCL. He will guaranteely miss a chunk to majority of the season next year. Great. Just great. So now I just have to wait for the New York Knicks season to start at this point. Because fuck me, right? But anyways, how are you guys doing? I hope you're all well. I haven't heard from any of you. mmdullard@gmail.com. Hit me up, man. I'd love, even on episodes I have guests, which is basically just Jem 99% of the time, or episodes I'm alone, I'd like to actually read your fucking shit that you have to say on the podcast. That'd be nice. That'd be swell. I'd have a swell time to do that. And if anyone cares about what I've been doing, me and my girl are cool. Helped her move out, which was, she's cool, man. She really is. And one of the things that helps when having serious relationships in your 20s and dating a lot in your 20s is you kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say build a wall, but you gain a respect of patience when it comes into a relationship. So both of her and I are patient, but I'm going to just go from my perspective on this one. And that's, I've done the honeymoon phase, obviously, which, usually lasts a few months, maybe half a year. And then you kind of start to really dive deep on who someone might be. I've lived with a partner before, a girlfriend, or a partner. That is a huge step between, you can be out 100% of the honeymoon phase, but when you live with someone, big deal. I've luckily, and I say this, but it's true, I luckily have not had kids with anyone, knock on wood, not that I know of. Pull out game strong. And yeah, I'm in the honeymoon phase now. I can tell, and that's what I'm getting at. Like, I know I'm still in the honeymoon phase, and I'm okay staying in there for a long time, and I'm okay not letting her in completely, just like she's okay not letting me in so far completely, because she's been burned before. Because when you're in your late 20s and in your 30s, you've been burned. You've been the burner. You kind of know what it is. You know the yin and yang. But I'm also having fun living in the moment and just saying I'm liking what we're doing. It's okay to look long term, but let's also just worry about short term right now for the most part. And I'm enjoying it. And she's awesome. So that's what I'm saying. So when I'm saying she's awesome and the things I say about her, they're based on how I feel about her now. I understand, like, the fucking Zeppelin could crash. Like, I get it. But in the moment, she's fucking awesome. She's aces, man. Primo beef. Like, she's fucking I literally can't ask for a better girl. She looks amazing. She cares about her body. She thinks she's gross sometimes, like when eating shitty food or whatnot, like being active a lot when she's not. She looks terrific. Her personality is crazy good. She's anal about the same stupid shit that I am, which is hilarious. Which I don't, that could be bad. That could be like two south poles of a fucking magnet hitting each other sometimes. So I don't know though. It hasn't been though. We've had one little argument, but that was because I was being gaily emotional and realized that, wow, I like this girl so much that for a second I was codependent, which I shouldn't have been. And outside of that, it's been great. And I do, what's weird? I think the fact that we're a little over an hour away from one another helps because we're not on top of one another. However, we've spent 3 to 4 days straight with one another to a degree. Like, we'd go to work in between, but come back home to one another. And we've spent, I was on a trip with her family for like 3+ days, I want to say. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, 3+ days. And it was great. And we had a good time. We had a great time. So there's a lot of positives. There's no honest negative. There really isn't. Long term, possibly. I know what they are. She wants kids. I do not. That's as big as it gets. And it's not like something that, let's sweep it under the rug. We'll handle it when we get there. And then we get there, it's like, just sweep it on. She's a realist. I would assume so. I'm a realist to a degree. Maybe not. I don't know. We understand the ticking clock of a woman's uterus. It's real. It's honest. Also, the fucking ticking clock of my healthy fucking sperm. That fucking scares the shit out of me because I don't want a kid right now. However, we understand it's not something that is infinite. The day will come where if we're not lockstep and steady, is that the fucking term? Lockstep and steady? Lockstep and something. If we're not unison on this, eventually that will be the thing that breaks us apart. It's a guarantee. We have to be unison on it. So that is, I don't know in her mind, but I know in my mind it's definitely a thing that subconsciously and sometimes consciously is in the back of my mind. Because as the days go on and the weeks and the months go on with us together, I do periodically think, man, it's only going to get harder the longer this goes on to break things off if we do not become unison in this huge, scenario. Which is actually not probably, I mean, she told me, which is the main, if not the main reason why originally she broke things off and we didn't even get to a serious level with one another because she knew how our long-term differences were different. So yeah, that's a big deal. And it's only going to hurt more the longer this goes on. But that's where it's at. And I will say I'm happy that we're together. I cannot be happier. It's really I'll say, it's funny. When you get older, or as I've gotten older, I get it now. I get it. I'm still not like 100% for it, but I get being with the same person for the rest of your life. And that could be the honeymoon phase also talking, but I don't think it's that. I think it's more so it has to deal with like my personal self. Like when you're in your when I was in my teens and when I was in my 20s, young, early, and semi almost all late 20s, I just wanted to fuck everything. Everything. But now that even in my late I'd say 29 years old, and now that I'm 30, I gotta admit, I'll see a hot girl and I know, like, listen, I'll be like, yo, she's fucking hot. But in my mind, I'm like, I know what pussy feels like. I know what I know, like, it's almost like I know what the max sensation I'm going to get from that girl walking by or that girl I see on a TV or something. It's like, I already know it. And as much as like, that's a great feeling, part of me is like, yeah, but I have a girl who looks better than that at home. And her pussy's fucking on fire. It's like that Dale Gribble thing. It's like, well, my girl, like my wife's hotter than you, and she throws more sex at me than I know what to do with. It's like, yeah, I know what this girl walking by or what, I know what it's gonna feel like. I just don't know. It's whatever, and I know that also, my libido is gonna fall down as I get older. A lot of people on YouTube are like, no, age has nothing to. It's like, yes, it does. You could still have an amazing diet and exercise regularly and do everything you can within reason or even without a reason to keep your testosterone and your libido up. However, Father Time is undefeated and eventually you're going to die because Father Time is kicking you in the ass. It's just how it is. So I can do everything I want diet wise and exercise wise and everything under the sun, or whatever the fucking saying is, to keep my libido and testosterone up. However, it's going to go down eventually. A little by little. And it's whatever. I'm okay with that. Because it's luckily high enough where I'm fucking having a great sex life with this girl. And also one thing that does help is that she fucking likes other girls. And is open to fucking banging with me with another girl. And I'm like, yeah, please. And I was like, whoa, but a 3-way with another guy? And she's like, nah, I'm not into that. I'm like, thank you, God. Thank you so. I was like, all right, I hit the fucking jackpot. So I like, holy shit, this is awesome. So she's really right for me and I'm really right for her. And that's a cool thing. And let's see. Oh, owning a car fucking sucks, which I've always known. I hate cars for the most part. I think looking at a highway, especially during rush hour, and seeing the thousands to tens of thousands of cars just stuck in bumper to bumper traffic is one of the most disgusting things of all time. Cars are atrocious. They're a useless. The way we use them for transportation sucks dick. And now that I work where I have to own my own car, it fucking blows. Because this thing has been... I got a lemon of a car. I've been fixing it like every week, it seems like. I'm going to get a new car eventually because I'm just being penny smart and dollar stupid right now. I should probably just get a fucking new car. But they're terrible. And if you're someone who is trying to save money... and you own a car, it definitely sucks. It definitely sucks because they're the fucking, like, they're terrible. They're terrible. People who are selling used cars fucking suck because they like show you like an insane amount of money they want for their used car. And then if you buy a car from a dealership, they're the worst because dealerships are fucking scumbags. Like, case closed. Like, there's no like if, ands, or buts. There's no like, oh, that's so cliched. No, dealerships are scum. They are scum, and they sell you a product that becomes just an eyesore on the road because cars are ugly as well. They're not even fun to look at anymore. They really do suck. But yeah, I have a car that's a lemon. I had a tire fucking blowout on the highway, which was hilarious. It exploded. It exploded, and part of the bumper got ripped off. It was one of the funniest fucking things. And there's a wire, by the way, that got destroyed. Have no idea where that wire goes. Don't know what it turns on and off. So far, everything I've been switching left, right, blinkers, it's all been working. So part of me is like, was this wire just for show? I have no idea. The power, like all of a sudden, I'm ready for the fucking. You know what? I should check the e-brake. I don't even know if that works. It might be the e-brake. I have no idea, because that tire was just chewed up, and part of my bumper just flew off. It was one of the funniest things in the world. The tire literally exploded and ate the fucking bumper. Everything's wrong with the car. It's so fucking funny. But beggars can't be choosers. And that motherfucker will be fixed soon enough. And something else will happen to it. And I can't wait to finally get rid of it and get a brand new fucking car where for the next 4 to 6 years afterwards, I don't really have to worry about shit. Knock on wood. Holy fuck if I hit something with it. And I'll be okay. But holy fucking shit. Cars suck, dude. Use trains for transportation. Just use trains. But you can't. Because the way cities and towns that are built in this fucking state and country, they suck, and they force you to use a car. So they force you to go to a dealership and buy a car from some of these scumbags. And I don't mean just the person selling you the car. I mean every single last one, all the way to the tippy top. They suck. The CEO of whatever, all the way down to the fucking guy with the tie who's been working there for 6 weeks trying to sell you a fucking Subaru. They suck. They suck. Yeah. And by the way, this ain't no fucking like, you're right, and if you live in the inner city, you are forced to buy McDonald's. No, fuck you. Get a bike and drive to the grocery store. Get a basket on the bicycle. I don't want to hear that bullshit. It's dangerous, yes, but you know what's also dangerous? Buying fucking Popeyes every day for you and your family. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that shit either. That's crybaby shit. But the system is bullshit. Like, both can be true. Both can be true. You can be a lazy piece of shit, but also have jackasses in power. They can both be true. It's not, you don't have to be so fucking far on one side of the seesaw. They can both be fucking true, you jackass. But, yeah, I'm happy I did this little shorty with you. It's been fun. I hope to hear from you guys at mmdullard@gmail.com. That's my fucking email, man. Hit me up. I don't have a Twitter anymore. Jem finally got an Instagram, so I can DM him there. I'm so happy to not have that fucking Twitter anymore. I fucking hated Twitter. It sucks. We still have a Twitter, though, for the Arguable podcast, which I saw I had to upload a ton of episodes at once because the fucking episodes were not being uploaded every Friday, which made me very sad. But we're all back on track. We're all back on track with that. But we do still have a Twitter for that at Arguable Podcast, but I never use it. I don't think Gemma has ever logged into it. So that's honestly just for show, until we actually have to use it. So that's that. And I hope to hear from you guys, and hopefully on the next episode I can read your emails. And if you don't hear me read any emails that week, you know I either one, didn't look at them, or two, which is the more logical reason, you motherfuckers didn't send any. All right, that's it. Later, guys. Peace. Oh my God, I left Discord, but I'm still recording. I'm Marone.